are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1976 movie, The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. This was a TV movie that came out in 1976 and stars John Travolta as a boy named Todd DeLubage, who was born with a bad immune system, so he has to stay inside this bubble in order to live. And it follows Todd as he kind of like, it's during his teen years when he meets it, or when he's forming a relationship with a girl named Gina, and it's like during their senior year of high school, he's wanting to go to high school and stuff, so he has to wear like this spacesuit to go to school and stuff. For most of his life, he just had been kept out of the world and everything, so he's trying to experience a few things during his senior year, and he forms a relationship with Gina, and but this is a good movie. It's not the best quality on the DVD that I got, because it's like one of those DVDs that they used to sell like at the dollar store of old TV movies stuff, so the transfer isn't very good. I don't know if they've updated it. I've been trying to find maybe a Blu-ray copy or something where maybe the picture would be a lot better, but I really do love this movie. It's one I've had this DVD though for about 15 years or so, and I watch it every once in a while. I used to watch it all the time when I was a teenager though, and everything. I'm like a really, really big John Travolta fan, so this is one of the movies that really got me into him. It was one of the first movies I ever saw of his, and I used to watch it all the time as a teenager, and I still really like it a lot. It is kind of a little bit corny now, with it being a TV movie. Some of the dialogue is really cheesy and stuff, but it's still a really good movie. It actually holds up really, really well though. It was a lot better it held up a lot more than a lot of TV movies do. And the cast in here is all really great. John Travolta is excellent as Todd, and Glennis O'Connell plays Gina, and the two of them have really, really good chemistry together, and she's really great in here too. His parents are played by Diane Hyland and Robert Reed, Mr. and Mrs. Lubitsch, and they're both really good in here too, especially Diane Hyland. Her performance was just really good. I think she actually got an Emmy nomination for it. But Robert Reed is really good too, and it was kind of cool seeing him in a more dramatic role, because he's known for playing the dad on the Brady Bunch, Mike Brady, and everything, so it's cool getting to see him in a more dramatic role and stuff, and he was really good in here too. Ralph Bellamy plays Dr. Gunther, and he's good too, and there's some kids in here that I had recognized. Some of them I had already known, like Kelly Ward, who played Pudsey in Grease, was in here, and it was cool getting to see him and John Travolta work together before they did Grease. And it's also directed by Randall Gleaser, that directed Grease, so it was kind of cool getting to see like them working together before that movie happened. And PJ Souls from Halloween is in here. I just realized that today. I hadn't seen this movie in a long, long time, and when I watched it, I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's PJ Souls that played Linda in Halloween. That was really cool. And then there's also another girl, I can't remember her name. I think her name is Vernie something. But she played Will's mom on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was cool getting to see her in here. And she was also on the first couple seasons of Welcome Back, Kotter with John Travolta, so it's kind of cool getting to see some of the people that John Travolta was starting out with at that time have have stuff to do with this movie too, so I thought that was awesome too. And but I really enjoy this movie quite a bit. I think it's a really good movie. It's kind of sad, and the ending is kind of weird because I think that it really happened, but also it could have been a dream, maybe. I don't know. When he leaves the bubble, I don't know if it's a dream or not, but I think it's kind of left up to interpretation on like it lets the audience decide if it's a dream or not. But it's a really good movie. I kind of wish either they would have done a sequel to it, or maybe let the movie go on a little bit longer. We could have seen what happened to him after he'd been out of the bubble for a while, and find out if he lived or died. Of course, it's hard to say, but all in all, I think this is a really great movie, and I think Douglas Day Stewart did a really good job writing it, and it is partially based on a true story. Like, there were two different kids in the 60s and 70s that had the same disease that John Travolta's character has, and they had to stay in a bubble and stuff. And so a lot of the stuff was taken from them, like inspiration from them, like the spacesuit and everything. And there were some things that didn't happen, like a lot of it probably they used for the movie, but it did have a lot of stuff that was based on true stuff too, so that was kind of cool too. But I really enjoyed The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. I think it's a really great movie. It's one of my favorite John Travolta movies. Like I said, it was one of the ones that one of the first ones of his that I had ever seen, so I used to watch this all the time as a teenager, so I have a lot of nostalgia for it. But it is still a really, really good movie, and if you haven't seen it, I definitely would recommend it, especially if you're a fan of John Travolta and would like to see like some of his early stuff, because this was his actual first movie where he was a starring role. Carrie came out the same year, which he wasn't a starring role in that movie, but that was his first big movie. But this was the first movie where he's a starring role, and this one actually came out before Carrie did, so it's technically his first big movie. But let me know in the comments what you think of The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.